Hey everyone, my name is Ricky, and on this video I'd like to talk about the mindset around overcoming PE or premature ejaculation. And this is the biggest piece if you want to succeed in overcoming your PE. Most of my clients who succeeded in overcoming PE, they have the right mindset. Okay, so let's get into it. Well, when you want to try to overcome PE or achieve anything, right, especially in PE, you need something called growth mindset. Anyone who's good at marathon, they're not able to do marathon 42 kilometer at the first time he practiced. He was practicing again and again for multiple months. He was running 10k and he gave up, and then he ran 20k and so on, and over the year he can run 42k no problem. But you see, the idea is that everybody has to practice to get there. So if you're willing to practice to last longer, you will be able to last longer. As simple as that. And you need to adopt this mindset. Okay? If you look at any sportsman, whether they're good at basketball, they've done thousands of hours of practice. What makes you think you're going to be good in bed if you don't practice? Okay? So second one is that you have to understand that everything is a habit. The way we breathe is a habit. The way we think, it's a habit. Our body has its own habits. When your body tense, it's a habit. When you've been watching porn throughout your teenage years and rushing, it builds a habits in the way you breathe, in the way your body tense, and you also attach this guilt and shame and rush with your sexual desire. And you need to be able to separate this, create a new habits. And with any habits, whether you want to quit smoking, it's not going to be easy in the beginning. When you start going to the gym, it's not easy to just adopt these gym habits. But after you're going for months and months, it becomes a habit, and it'll be easier to last longer. You are able to relax your body, your mind, your breathing after you practice over the months, over the years. Okay, the key here is that you just have to stay patient and build the new habits. And as I said, it takes time to change any habits. Okay? And the next one is that a new homeostasis. This is what you need to understand. In the beginning, it's going to be really hard, right? Because this is not normal for your body to last long. But after practicing for months and months, this is going to be your new level of homeostasis. Like in the beginning, I remember 1 minute was max. 5 minutes was like the very, very max. Now I can last for even sometime over an hour, right? Depending on your stress level and whatnot. Of course, when you're stressed, when you're not having enough sleep, there is higher chances that you will come sooner. But the point is that you will be much better. Okay, and this is why I want to show you this graph. A lot of people who started practicing to last longer, they think that they're not having any improvement. But if you look at it, right? If you start from 1 minute, and then you practice, you're able to last 5 minutes, and then sometimes you last 1 minute again, and then you are able to last 30 minutes, and then sometimes you last again 5 minutes, right? But the progress is not linear. It's the same with anything, with gym, with lasting longer. There are other things involved, whether you sleep enough, are you stressed at work, all right? But the point is that as long as you're able to last longer, over time, you have achieved your goal. Okay, and the same thing, a lot of people who's trying to quit porn, they think oh, I want to quit, and then a month later they relapse, and then they punish themselves, and then back to the old habits. It's not like that. You gotta forgive yourself. You gotta be able to last longer next time. If you punish yourself, like after a month of relapse, you have been a month not relapsing, and you need to celebrate that. Okay, not just fall back into your old habits. The same thing, if you've been able to last 10 minutes and the next thing you last only 1 minute, forgive yourself, take a lesson, and then do better next time. Okay, the progress is never linear, and the more you forgive yourself and try again to be better next time, the more your progress is gonna be much better. Okay, and this is why I always suggest journal your progress. Okay, because the progress is not going to be linear, and you'll forget that you have improved. Always appreciate what you have come so far. Okay, and the next one is anything that you want to improve in life, right? They call it in health. They call it holistic health. It's not only about getting a strong PC muscle, but it's also about changing the way you think, the way you live, the way you eat. Everything matters. right? Because this is a holistic approach. For example, okay, you're not looking after your finance and you're having financial issue, and I can guarantee you're not going to be able to last longer in bed. Why? Because you're going to be stressed with financial stress. You're not looking after the way you communicate with your partner, right? You're having a lot of tension, argument, then you're not going to be able to last longer, of course. Okay, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And this is why, if you want to last longer in bed, you want to improve your life as a whole. It's not about just lasting longer, right? It's about improving all areas of your life. Okay, if you're better financially, your cortisol level, your stress level is less. If you are healthier in general, right, you start going to the gym, you're eating healthy, you have enough omega-3, your cortisol level is lower, your testosterone is higher. And if you're challenging yourself to be able to earn more at work or grow your business, this will reduce your cortisol as well. Okay, because our mind always compare. All right, if you are not even able to challenge yourself outside the bed, right, you're not going to be able to improve inside the bed. The progress inside the bed will reflect your life outside the bed, and the life outside the bed will reflect your life inside the bed, vice versa. Okay, this is why I remember my coaching business grew so much when I was able to last longer in bed. And it's funny, but there is a direct relationship between your masculinity inside the bed and your masculinity outside the bed. Okay, I hope this has been a useful video. And if you're still struggling, don't give up. Build the new habits. You will get there. And if you're serious about overcoming your PE, check out my course. It's under indofitnessfamily.com. Okay, hopefully it's been something useful, and until next time.